Okay, let's build the diffs for the car, and there's a front and a rear and a center. This is the first upgrade I'm going to do on the car. It's going to have the plastic gear sets, so the center, the front, and the rear. It saves 10 grams per diff. Okay, so let's open these up. Okay, I think one of the upgrades they did for the car was to make this outdrive a little bit longer. It's interesting, this part is not cut out. I'll have to look at my old car to see if that was the case. One thing I've noticed on the plastics is seems like the newer ones are a little bit darker. I don't know if they changed the formula or something like that, but I've noticed this on the B62, and now these gears are also coming out just slightly darker. It looks like they're changed the screw head on here. They're no longer a 1.5. I think they're a 2.0 now. Okay, so the black grease, and you just get a little bit on these seals. And what we want to do is put a seal in the bottom of each of the diff housings. And then we can put our diff gear, or our outdrive, in there. And I think all of the outdrives are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter if you put it in the housing or the gear side. Okay, so now we have to put these shims in. Okay, so all those are in, and now we can assemble the planetary gears and the sun gears. So what you do is you just put them on these cross members. Now, I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but I'm going to keep these darker gears together and keep the lighter gears with the lighter ones. Probably won't make a difference, but if it does, then they'll at least all be together. So for the rear diff, I'm going to use 7,000, and for the front diff, I'm going to use 10,000. And to start, I just put a little bit of fluid in the bottom, and that will give something for the bottom gear to adhere to, as well as have the fluid underneath that gear. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is make sure that the seal is good, and I like to use this Kyosho seal. So just get a little bit on your finger and wipe it on the seal. This is optional, but just keeps your diff a little bit better than without using it. Okay, so I'm going to put this seal, line it up for the rear diff for now. Got the holes lined up, looking good. And it's time to weigh. So we're looking for 36 grams for the diff, and let's go ahead and see where we're at. Okay, so put the screws on there first, and then the top, and then the bottom. So it wants us to be 36, and we're at 31 or 35.91, so we're pretty darn close. Okay, so weighing the diff, we're at 35.92, and it's pretty close. Let's see if I can get it right at 36, which is what the manual says it should be at. Okay, you want to put 4 screws on, put the top on, bottom. Okay, so 36.02, that is just a smidge over where we want to be. So I think what I can do, there we go. So what I did is I took the end of my 1.5 wrench, just dipped it in slightly like a drop out and pulled it out. And we're at perfect weight right now. So what's nice about this is it's repeatable every single time. You know exactly how much weight you're gonna have in it. Okay, so once you have the right amount of fluid in your diff, you want to flip it over and line up the holes. And I'm gonna put a couple of screws in and then make sure that I can still turn both the out drives without any problem. Okay, so I have a couple of screws in here, and as you can see, the out drives turn pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the screws in a crisscross pattern. Make sure they're all tight, and we should be good to go. I definitely like that they put the 2mm heads on these screws now. Okay, we got all 3 diffs built and weighed and looking good. This is a center differential. It's the one that has 200K in it, and you can see the action on it is nice and smooth. It's got a gasket on the back side, which is a little bit different design than the front and rear differentials. So thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.